Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about aggregate demand and price shifts. Okay, so the first thing we're wondering is what is aggregate demand and its equation? Okay, so aggregate demand measures the total amount of expenditure or spending in an economy. And its equation is aggregate demand is equal to the amount of consumer spending plus the amount of investment spending plus the amount of government spending plus the amount of spending on exports minus imports. So, what does aggregate demand look like and how is it changed by price? So, you can see on the graph that it is a downward slope, and as we move on the slope, you can see we have an extension of AD, and as we move kind of more upwards to the left, you have a contraction of AD. So, one of the things that causes this slope to be downward is the real wealth effect. So, when price level decreases, people feel richer because, they have more to spend. And so they will be spending more on consumer goods and they will see an increase in aggregate demand and real GDP. Then, for the next one, we have the exchange rate effect. So, when prices decrease, exports become more competitive because they're cheaper, so more people are wanting to buy their goods. So exports increases, whereas imports, because they will be more expensive, will decrease, and that will cause that general part of the equation to, increase, and it will increase aggregate demand. And then the next thing is the interest rate effect. So when prices decrease, inflation is going to be lower, and so interest rates will be lower, which will then stimulate growth in borrowing because it's easier to borrow. So investment spending will increase, and then consumer spending on more large purchases will also increase. So things that you would typically need to take a loan out for will increase. And it's important to note too that for all these effects, the opposite will occur when price level increases. So, for example, in the interest rate effect, when price level increases, interest rates will also increase, making it harder to borrow. So, investment spending will decrease, and that will decrease aggregate demand. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.